after the midterm elections, my advisors asked me, Mr. President, do you have a bucket list? And I said, well, I have something that rhymes with bucket list.
Nobody that's graced the Oval Office is as charismatic and effortlessly hilarious as Barack Obama.
ABC is here with some of the stars from their big new comedy, Blackish. I have to give ABC fair warning. Being blackish only makes you popular for so long. Trust me. I understand, second term, need a burst of new energy, try some new things, and my team and I talked about it. We were willing to try anything, so we borrowed one of Michelle's tricks.
This next clip proves that even though Barack was president of the United States, it never made him the president in his own home.
And then finally, my wife says, well, let's ask Daddy how his day was. And my 4-year-old will say, boring. And my wife will say, well, that's not nice. You know, actually, people come and listen to Daddy speak. And the two of them fall out of their chairs. They think that is the funniest thing. That's the notion that somebody would be interested in what their father has to say.
But have you ever been tempted to just jump up behind a podium in front of your kids to tell them, you know, go to your room? Using the great Barack Obama voice.
My fellow Obamas, the time has come.
Mr. Former President was notorious for turning what should have been routine correspondence speeches into all-out roast sessions, and absolutely no one was safe, including himself.
The opening of the Bush Presidential Library in Dallas, it was a wonderful event, and that inspired me to get started on my own legacy. Library, can we show that, please? I'm also hard at work on plans for the Obama Library, and some have suggested that we put it in my birthplace, but I'd rather keep it in the United States. 6 years into my presidency, some people still say I'm arrogant and aloof, condescending. Some people are so dumb.
But what happens when Barack is on the other end of a roast session? Well, we got the answer to that question when Jimmy Kimmel was invited to the presidential roast.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Jimmy Kimmel, host of ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Well, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Mr. President, salam. Mr. President, I know you won't be able to laugh at any of my jokes about the Secret Service, so cover your ears if that's physically possible.
In an age of politics that has become increasingly dominated by chaos and absurdity, it's refreshing to look back on a time when someone representing the country was willing to poke fun at such ridiculousness.
Cruz said that denying the existence of climate change made him like Galileo. Now, that's not really an apt comparison. Galileo believed the Earth revolves around the sun. Ted Cruz believes the Earth revolves around Ted Cruz.
Some local restaurants, for example, my favorite restaurant in Chicago is a place on the west side called MacArthur's. Some folks know MacArthur's here. Yeah. Some of the best soul food in Chicago.
Soul food.
And I mean, you'll stand out a little bit.
Obama was constantly criticized for things like wearing a tan suit, but he's always managed to make fun of himself despite that.
The Koch brothers think they need to spend $1 billion to get folks to like one of these people. And look, I know I've raised a lot of money too, but in all fairness, my middle name is Hussein. What's their excuse? Just this week, Michelle Bachmann actually predicted that I would bring about the biblical end of days. Now that's a legacy. On Saturday Night Live, Sicily impersonates CNN anchor Brooke Baldwin, which is surprising because usually the only people impersonating journalists on CNN are journalists on CNN.
Have you ever wondered what Obama was like when behind closed doors? Well, that question was answered at this White House Correspondents when Obama forgot to turn off his microphone while preparing to speak.
I have a few more minutes before I go out there, right?
Could someone back there please turn off the president's mic? I think the president's mic is hot, please.
Great. I got to get warmed up. I'm so in love. God, I totally had that. Seriously, guys, what am I doing here? I'm
I'm the President of the United States, and I'm opening for Jimmy Kimmel? I have the nuclear codes. Why am I telling knock-knock jokes to Kim Kardashian? Why is she famous anyway? Is the teleprompter working? Are you kidding? What do you expect me to do out there? I literally have no idea what I'm saying tonight.
I like Bernie. Bernie's an interesting guy. Apparently, some folks really want to see a pot-smoking socialist in the White House. We could get a third Obama term after all.
It's always nice to remember a time when we were able to laugh with our politicians more than at them. And when the president had to pick out the presidential turkey, you already knew he was going to make the most of the moment.
I want to take a moment to recognize the brave turkeys who weren't so lucky, who didn't get to ride the gravy train to freedom, who met their fate with courage and sacrifice, and proved that they weren't chicken. It's not that bad now. Come on.
Was that depressing to you, seeing one turkey kind of taken out of circulation, a turkey you couldn't eat?
Matt Damon. I love Matt Damon. Love the guy. Matt Damon said he was disappointed in my performance. Well, Matt, I just saw the Adjustment Bureau, so right back at you, buddy.
America's dogs can't afford 4 more years of Obama. For them, that's 28 years. Finally, a candidate with the courage to fight for a dog's freedom to feel the wind in his fur. But what about Barack Obama? Just imagine the European-style dog socialism Obama has planned for the next 4 years. More government handouts. A life of government dependency.
Proud of what you've done. It has been an honor and a privilege to work side by side with you to strengthen our democracy. And with that, I just have 2 more words to say. Obama out.